we are going to see about a multithreading in Java. So multithreading in Java is a process of executing a multiple threads simultaneously. It's an override subprocess. That is, the main process is divided into subprocess and used to achieve the multitasking. We using the multithreading and multiprocessing threads in the memory. It doesn't allocate a separate memory, so saves the memories when we executed the process. So Java multithreading is mostly used in games and animations. So advantages of multithreading: it does not block the users because threads are independent and you can the multiple operations at a time. Can perform many operations together and it saves the times. So threads are independent, it's not affects the one thread to another when a single thread is executed. So multitasking is a process of executing the multiple tasks simultaneously. Can multitasking replace the CPUs and it can achieve the two ways process based multitasking, or it's called as a multiprocess. Likewise, the thread based multitasking is called as a multithreading. So process-based multitasking is a multiprocess as each process addressing the memory. In the word, each process allocates a separate memory area. The process is in a heavy weight, so cost of communication between the process is high. So switching one process to another requires some time to save the loading to register the memory maps and uploading the list. So thread-based multitasking, multithreading is threads is the same address space. It's lightweight and cost between the thread is low. So at a time only one process, one thread is executed. When the thread is a lightweight subprocess and it's having the separate path of the execution. So threads are independent and there occurs execution in one threads and this not affects the other threads. It's used to share the memory area. Here in a figure, so multitasking is compiled at a time and it's each having the time scheduling. So each time scheduling it will execute in a separate process. Shown in here, a thread is executed inside the process. There is context switch between the threads. It can be the multiprocess inside the operating systems and one process can have multiple tasks. So at the time one thread is executed only one times. So thread classes, here in Java we are using the class based code. That is, first we are creating a class nothing but is a collection of an object. So in a thread class it's having a program to provide the constructor methods to perform the operations, and the object class is implement the runnable interfaces. So many methods are having here void methods and void as a modifier. Sometime we are using a method as a start to use to start the execution of the threads, and void run it's used to do an action for a thread. And sleep mode, it's a sleep method, it's used sleeps at a thread for a specified amount of a time. Like its current thread, it returns the refers to the current executing of the thread objects and it used to join the threads. And get priority, it returns the priority of the thread, and set priority, it changes the priority of the thread. So get name, it returns the name of the thread, and set name, it changes the name of the thread. So get ID returns the ID of the thread, and alive it sets the test the thread in alive or not, and it causes the end function to execute the object to process to allow the threads to execute the temporarily. So suspend is used to suspend the threads, and resume is used to resume the suspended threads. To stop function or method is used to stop the threads, and destroy thread groups, all of its subgroups. Demands its test the threads, demands of the threads. Likewise interrupt and interrupt updated used to interrupt the threads, and interrupt updated is also used to interrupt updated. The current thread is interrupted, and the active count, it returns the number of active threads in a process. Likewise, the check access used to currently running the threads permissions to modify the threads. Like Likewise, hold lock, it's used to currently hold the current threads to lock, and unstack, it is used to print a stack trace of the current thread to the standard error string. Get stack track, it returns an array stack trace element and repetition in the stack dump of the thread. Enumerate, it's used to copy every active thread groups and its subgroups into the specified arrays. So get startup state, the its state is used to returns the state of the thread, and it is used to return the thread group where the particular thread belongs. It's used to run the represent threads, and it is used to give the modification of the only a particular objects. Likewise, notify and get context cloud and get context class loader, and then default unenoughf exception, then set default unexception handler. So these are all the thread based functions which we are using in a multi-threading in a Java.